Hello everyone. Today we will discuss here three-step distance protection under the lecture series of transmission line protection scheme. Here what is basically meant of three-step protection? Basically, in developing an overall scheme of distance protection, it is necessary to provide a number of relays to obtain the required discrimination. Modern practice is to adopt a definite distance method of protection applied in three zones or applied in three steps. So a number of distance relays are used in association with timing relays so that the power system is divided into a number of zones with varying tripping times associated with each zone. Basically the circuit connections of a circuit breaker trip coil, the contacts of directional and impedance relays, flags, timers, this type of component we will basically use for the three-step protection of transmission line. Three units of impedance relays are required at a particular location for three zones of protection. It is normal practice to adjust the first unit to protect only up to 80% to 90% of the protected line. The protected zone of the first unit is called the first zone of protection. That means under first zone of protection we will cover the 80% to 90% of the protected line. It is basically a high speed unit and is used for the primary protection of the protected line. Its operation is of instantaneous nature, or we can say that we cannot provide any intentional delay in this type of protection, and its time of operation is basically about 1 to 2 cycles approximate. This unit is not set to protect the entire line to avoid undesired tripping due to overreach. Now here, what is overreach? So the answer is that if the relay operates for a fault beyond the protected line, this phenomenon is called overreach. Overreach may occur due to transients during the fault condition. So we need to design or set a unit such type of way or such a way that it not set to protect the entire line to avoid undesired tripping due to overreach. That means when any transients occur during the fault condition, the unit must be not operated. We need to be careful in designing for first unit of protection. Now move to the second zone of protection. The main purpose of the second unit is to protect the rest of the protected line which is beyond the reach of the first unit. That means we will protect 80% to 90% in the first unit protection. Now we will here move after 80 to 90%, the zone will be come on second zone or second unit. So we need to now protect after 80 to 90% protected zone. That means we require 10 to 20% protected zone to protect in second zone of protection. The setting of the second unit is so adjusted that it operates the relay even for arcing fault at the end of the line. To achieve this phenomena, the unit must reach beyond the end of the line. In other words, we also said that its setting must take care of underreach caused by arc resistance. Now here again one new term is used, that is underreach. What is meant of underreach? So the answer is that the underreach is also caused by intermediate current source, errors in data available for initial setting of the relay, and some errors occurs in current transformers and PTs and some measurement instruments performed by the relay. Due to this, the underreach situation will occur. To take into account the underreaching tendency caused by these factors, the normal practice is to set the second zone reach up to 50% of the shortest adjoining line section. The protective zone of the second unit is known as the second zone of protection. The second zone unit operates after a certain time delay. That means when the first zone of protection is already employed, then after the second zone unit will be operated. That means there must be a certain time delay for operating of second zone. So its operating time is basically 0.2 second to 0.5 second approximately. Now this is the diagram we will see here. This is basically the special case of zone second setting. With the second zone relaying units, transient overreach need not be considered if the relays have a high ratio of reset to pickup, because any transient causing overreach die out before the second zone tripping time elapses. That means if relays with a low ratio of reset to pickup are used, the second zone relay must be set to have a reach short enough so that its overreach does not go beyond the reach of the first zone relaying unit of the adjoining line section. In other way we will also say that, or in other words we will understand these things, is that the second zone reach must be short enough to be selective with the second zone relaying unit of the adjoining line section under maximum overreach conditions as shown in the figure. In the case of short joining line section, the setting of the second zone unit based on this principle becomes very difficult. To take the problem, the second zone delay time is made long enough to be selective with the second zone time of the adjoining line section. So here we will see that the second zone adjustment with additional time for selectivity with relay of a very short adjoining line. Okay, now next one is our third zone of protection. The third zone protection is provided for backup protection of the adjoining lines. Its reach should extend beyond the end of the adjoining line under the maximum underreach, which may be caused by arcs, intermediate current source, and same as errors in current transformer, potential transformer, and measuring units. By these factors, the maximum overreaches occur. The protective zone of the third stage is known as the third zone of protection. Now the setting, what is the setting of third zone? So the setting of the third zone covers the first line, that is the protected line, plus the longest second line plus 25% of the third line. That means it covers the first zone of protection and the longest second zone of protection and plus 25% of third line of protection. The time delay for the third unit is usually 0.4 second to 1 second approximate. Now we will see here, this is the third zone of protection. The adjustment of third zone with additional time to provide backup protection for adjoining line. That means third zone of protection, we need to some backup protection. The third zone unit is provided for the backup protection of the adjoining line section. It should be set to reach beyond the end of the longest adjoining line section under the conditions of maximum underreach, which may arise due to arcs, intermediate current source, as earlier I said, errors in current transformer, potential transformer, and measuring units or measuring relays. This is achieved with additional time delay provided to the third unit of protection. So the reach of any unit should not be so long to cause the relay to operate under any load condition or fail to reset if operated previously due to any type of reasons. So if we are talking about their step time distance characteristics, which is very important, so here we will see that in step time distance characteristics, A1, A2 and A3, this one is A1, A2 and A3, these three steps are operating times for the zone first and zone second and zone third. These are the operating time for zone first, second and third respectively, which is placed at a point A. Like similarly, again, if we see the characteristics, B1, B2 and B3 are the operating times for the first, second and third zone relays. Here we will not mention B3, basically this one is B1, now BT, this one is B3. Here if continuously we draw the curve graph, here the B3 part. So B1, B2, B3 are operating times for the first zone, second zone and third zone relays placed at B. This placed in point B. Because of the cost factor and the panel space, it is not possible to use 3 measuring units for the 3 zones of protection. But in a modern distance protective system, only 1 measuring unit is employed for all the 3 zones of protection. The resistance or the ohmic reach is progressively increased by the timing unit to obtain the distance setting for the second zone and third zone of protection. Third zone of protection. Sometimes 2 units can be employed, 1 unit for the first zone and 1 unit for the second zone, and a separate unit for the third zone. Sometimes the distance setting for the second zone is done by the timing unit. That means if we are talking about the connections of impedance relay in case of step time protection or 3 step time protection, we need to some directional relays with the connection of impedance relay with flags, timers and all different types of things which we learned in higher studies, that what is the different types of connections of impedance relays. So by employing these types of connections of impedance relay in our protective scheme, so that it covers the all zones of protection, that means zone first, zone second and zone third of protection of the transmission line. Under this type of different zone protection, first we need to cover the first zone of protection or first line of protection, that covers the 80 to 90% of the protected line. After remaining part of protected line, under remaining part of protected line after first line of protection, this protection line is covered under the second zone of protection, where we will achieve the second zone of protection scheme. After that, after the remaining zone of protection is basically the third zone of protection, which covers the all first zone of protection, that means 80 to 90% of zone. Next one is the longest section of the second zone of protection and the 25% of the remaining part of protection. So this covers the almost complete distance of protected line, or in terms of zone first, zone second and zone third. So this is the basically 3-step protection scheme for transmission line, which is very useful for our transmission line, because here we will use the different types of relays, different types of timers, flags and other directional unit that provided the direction where the fault occurs or not. So this is very important very important protected scheme for our transmission line. So thank you very much to listening or viewing my lecture.